Welcome to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. The ACIO has a long history of helping humanity from the deep recesses of time. This is the first time the ACIO has become available to the public, aside from an earlier visitation by their 15th Division, the Wingmakers. Peter the Insider, originally from Slovakia, is the director of their 12th Division, and Jessica Arael Marrocco is in Cicada 3301, their 6th Division. Together, they provide intel, insights on current events, a deeper perspective on aliens and UFOs, super soldier missions with Unit 374 and the Merge, and news relevant for disclosure. Don't forget to subscribe to keep updated with our latest intel and post any questions and comments below.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Disclosures. So today we have another emergency discussion that we're going to put together with Peter, and we've also invited the team to participate. We have Taino will be joining us, Corporal X is here, Navy John is here, and maybe Anthony Zender will be joining us later. We'll see. But for right now, let's get started and introduce Peter the Insider. Peter, please provide the update of what's happening right now.
So thank you. So hello, Jessica. Hello to you and to all of our team members. You know, and of course to all of our regular and maybe not so regular listeners. Do you know what is absolutely crazy? I will call this part or this show how deep the rabbit hole really is, because we've got December 1st and the day has come. I was like, okay, I will just keep, fingers crossed. Nope, it didn't happen. It didn't happen, it didn't help. Because they, a.k.a. corporations, they created not one, multiple, plenty of pocket, a.k.a. backup realities. They cut it, the old school, if you want to call it that way, old school matrix. They porshed it, like make it, the portions of it. And now we are living in, and that's the question, even I don't know, respectively, we in ACIO don't know how to correctly and exactly call it. Because Monarch and Mobius don't want to, to surrender. No, they don't want. I don't know what the heck is going on. I mean, I've got an idea who the hell is behind this. I think it is Ruvik. Ruvik is this being. It doesn't have, in original way of existence, doesn't have physical body. It can get plenty of physical incarnations. He lives naturally, or occurs in Ural Mountains, so it is huge area. And he's fine until you don't get to his or its, how can we say it, territory. But once you get, he's very hostile. And why I'm talking about Ruvik, you know, because Murkoff Corporation used / misused one of Ruvik's incarnations as a core for Wallrider project. And it kind of looks like that. It's only logical, our only logical explanation in ACIO, that he is that powerful, I mean energetically powerful, but I mean I don't want to say he or she because it doesn't have gender, it's just a being, but very tricky, very slicky, you know, I mean you don't understand its way of thinking and behaving and all kind of that stuff, that it can literally tears, it literally can tears realities, timelines and context of existence apart. It is crazy. It is crazy. And it is that kind of powerful. I mean the being, the energy. Yeah, give me a second. This is it. It is that powerful that it consumes, if you want to call it that way, a physical incarnation itself. So, for example, it was this man, this gentleman was normal. Okay? He wasn't like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, nah, he is dead and all kind of that stuff. No. He was normal. But once Ruvik possessed him, it happened. Do you know what I mean? Because Ruvik is that powerful that even a human body cannot, how can I say it, cannot stand this energy. It is that kind of powerful, you know. That's kind of situation.
So Peter, he's in the core of Wallrider, so am I. So what's that all about?
You know, I don't want to say you are, but like real deal. Let's say he is the absolute core, okay? Right. And you are pretty much, please don't get it in bad way, okay? With all the respect, some sort of tentacles.
I am the tentacles.
Give me a second. Not one of many tentacles, okay? Try to imagine it like an octopus. Do you know what? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or is it like what is that? The German octopus. I forget. I'm trying to remember the name. The it's like a Nazi. Oh, I just can't think. But anyhow, yeah, I don't know. That's not very comforting. So there's more than one that have are in as a part of the core. But
give me a second. Many people are in the core, but core itself, like itself, okay?
Yeah.
It's only, and this is it, and exclusively Ruvik. And he's crazy. I mean, you know, it's obvious because Murkoff was crazy, so it was kind of normal situation that he chose crazy entity to be the core of his project. No, I mean, sorry, it was nervous laugh because
I remember being in the core as a child. So I don't see any tentacles. I just see myself there as a child standing there, like maybe bouncing a red ball.
Yes, you are right. You are very right. But it was from your perspective, because pretty much, look, it is pretty much like, do you remember Winchester House? This huge Winchester. Yeah, and look, This is exactly like that. You are going, and there's like, oh my God, stairs to nowhere. Do you know what I mean? So it is like, from your perspective, you was quotes in normal, or let's say standard direction. But from another perspective, you was in, I don't want to say bad direction, but another direction. Do you know what I mean?
I was thinking Hydra. Hydra. Is it connected to Hydra?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the that Nazi break-off society. So and also there was that would make Ruvik, is he the wall writer, or he is just like the wall writer or next to it?
Give me a second. Wall writer is a project, okay? A project with aim or the goal of unbreakable soldier, or let's say soldier with unbreakable will. And they took this wild entity as a core, right? And but there was just one little bit problem, that it was not incarnated. And poor man, you know, we saw what happened to this poor gentleman, because the energy was that kind of powerful. It was so powerful. It was because man was not sick, no sicknesses, no illnesses, nothing. It simply he started to decompose. It was so crazy.
But he never dies. He decomposes, but he never dies. Yeah.
That's another problem. Like how can I say it? Eternal, or let's say endless suffering. He was like that, full of pain and all kind of that stuff. We know what we are talking about, but he never, because he can't die. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. And it's similar to the storyline of Lost, where you have that dark humanoid that keeps showing up, and it's like a spirit or something. It comes in and kills people, and then it leaves.
Yeah, you are right.
So,
Monarch, the worst case scenario. So worst case scenario happened. Oh my God! And I was like, we need to talk about that.
So they reset the matrix and cut it in pieces and created these little realities, pocket realities in different places. So, and they're doing things there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, give me a second. We are only guessing it is like that, but let's say this is the closest to the reality. Hello, Sir
Hi,
Mr.
Anthony.
Murray, how are you?
Good, doing good.
Glad to see you here, sir. How are you?
Doing good. Just remembering stuff from last night.
Yeah, I wrote that. I read that. I was like, oh my God, that was wild.
Yeah. I remember we were. I was with the team. Obviously all dressed up, special ops. We were chasing this guy. He was really fast. He was running across rooftops. I was chasing after him. He jumped through a window. He just jumped and then blasted through a window. And then I was right behind him, and I was able to catch him and apprehend him. So I don't know what that was, but it was something.
And this is my friend. That was Ruvik. Oh my God. And you can be happy, and give me a second. You can be happy that you wasn't able to catch him, because if there will be a chance, you can bet that he will kill you. He's wild.
I remember catching him, but I woke up. I don't know. If we got into a fight, or whatever. But I remember getting him, and then I woke up. I don't know if I actually apprehended him though.
Yeah, because he's crazy. It is like, you know, those how can I say it? Feral entities. You know, you don't know how they think and all kind of that stuff. And
Well, can you see, Peter? Because you have access to the records. Can you see what happened to Anthony? Because he obviously woke up and didn't see it.
yeah, as I said, he literally, Anthony literally woke up. That means shifted back to our reality
Right.
in last blink of second. And I was like, why? And I mean,
Before he got killed.
you asked why, and that was it, because Ruvik will not hesitate to kill you. He's crazy. He's not a human. He's not an animal. He's astral being. He's feral. Nobody can fight him. And for example, you know, you people from Africa, I mean, originally you can run fast, very fast. You know it. You know it, right? But there is a problem. If you will catch him and you will shoot at him or something like that, he's got this literally like tentacles or something like that. And do you know what is crazy? He got how can I say it, like in tentacles inside in inner part of the tentacles, he's got teeth, super sharp teeth, like a shark or something like that. I don't know how to name it exactly. I saw it only like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, "Oh my God! You don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna cross this B once it is upset." No, definitely not. Yeah, so you was fine. I mean, you are fine.
Hi, Anthony. Nice to meet you again, sir. Hi, everybody. Yeah, as I'm hearing Peter talk, having a lot of recalls because Tyson and I talked about Wall Rider on previous occasion, and I had the chance to meet him. So what I'm picking up is, yeah, Anthony and Taino chased Ruvik, and once he was sort of cornered, other more powerful entities took over to protect the team. The goal was to flush him out as nest, whatever, and that was achieved. That's what I'm perceiving. And from that spot on, he was dealt with. And yeah, that's what I'm reading from now. And maybe Peter can confirm that or infirm it. But this is what I'm picking up on the situation.
Yes, that's true. I mean, pretty much, you know, Corp X, we are the team. That means, or let's say, a.k.a. everything everything makes sense. You know, because we are a team. The problem is, once we are dealing with Ruvik, we need to be goddamn careful, because I don't want to say he's unbeatable, but he's tricky. From people from Ural Mountains, oh my God, I mean, people, entities, what so forth, oh my God, this is bad. This is bad. The way of thinking, it's so, I don't understand. It's pretty much like Irbis. Irbis, it's a leopard. You know, a specific type of leopard living only in Ural Mountains in very high altitudes. He's kind of nice, you know, but He's running super fast, and this is another being. I mean, let's say animal, of course. What or let's say whom Ruvik can incarnate into. I think I need to write this. Yeah, it is like that, Jessica. Can you see that or not?
Yeah,
Just...
no, I'm going to share it. Hold on.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, these entities from Eastern Europe are very, very savage and wild and unpredictable.
I
Very,
mean,
very
he's
dangerous.
nice. He's nice.
Yeah. He's a clean guy, right? Don't mess with him, though.
I remember last
glad we
Jessica on a show before, you guys talked about Ruvik. You actually brought it up. You brought up the I think you can look him up on the internet. And I remember a show where you and Peter were talking about him, and you actually showed
Yeah,
showed him.
we did. We just did that. Yeah, we just did it, but I'll show it again.
Okay.
So, so there's Ruvik.
Yeah, like actually, now that I that definitely fits who we were going after. That
yeah, that will wake you up.
I can feel it.
That will wake you up.
Yeah, I can feel it. He was running. He was jumping across fucking everything, and then he just jumped into a window, and yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy chase.
Yeah.
Is he moving like a Kruger runner?
Yeah. Do you know what? Actually, believe me or not, but there was an entity, and I don't want to say entity, but small piece of unidentified entity, right? And they made this whole simulation program. I mean, sorry, my bad. The Kruger, and try to guess what it was, which entity it was. Bam! Ruvik. So the whole Kruger program, I mean training program for Kruger runners and then Kruger agents and all kind of that stuff, it was made from very small part or partial of Ruvik. Oh, hello Tyson. How are you?
Hello Peter, hello team.
So we were just talking about Anthony's recall, and then you added some information afterwards. Do you want to share, Tyson?
Oh yeah. The environment was like what we see here, all right? But when I was with Anthony, we had like this SUV trucks, and while we were chatting outside, we observed some anomalies. So I don't know how it happened, but anyway, Anthony and I just looked in the sky, and then we saw like a police truck, like a SUV that was starting floating as it flying, but against its will, so as if it was being suctioned. You know what I mean? And then later, we saw choppers flying, but like upside down. And then when we saw this, what we did is we went to you, Jessica. All right. Now there's a bunch of stuff I would need to investigate because to help my recovering process. But the thing is, yeah, we went to you because we knew something was not going well, and this is it. And when I woke up, I said, no, this is not a recall because. And then when I validated this, I used their simultaneous live broadcasting because, well, in my dream, I slept for an hour, but I was seeing live footage of what was going on, so, but I did not know that, Anthony shared the recall. And I tried to check, okay, where we were. And then because of the setting, whatsoever, for me, 5D sounded more closed. And then when I check, I said yes. Oh, okay. So I seen there's something that was going on.
Yeah, that's true, because so many people, they don't understand, or let's say they have kind of problem with orientation in the whole situation. And I mean, do you have any idea how in the world is even possible? Because from my point of view, okay, what is going on? Ruvik, I mean, quote unquote, Ruvik, he's still Ruvik, right? But it kind of looks like that he went on leash. I mean, even the Murkov still kind of lose control. What do you think, huh? Because you said Anthony, you start to chase him, right? And it is like it was in a game. He was making game for Mobius, but it was like, okay, but Mobius created, if we want to call it that way, Matrix, right? And Murkov was for Walrider. And that's my question, because we are a team. If any one of you have idea what happened, except just tiny little problem that they completely tear the whole old Matrix apart. What happened that he, I mean, as an entity, just went away? Do you have any idea? I mean, any of you guys?
What do you mean, that Ruvik went away, or?
Yeah, I think Corp X has an idea.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe that's from all the disturbance we are creating in Israel, and the dams there that are getting blown off along that that line that is making the liaison between Europe and that part of the planet. And a lot of those entities have been entrenched in those areas for a long time. But since the dams are blowing at a very high rate of proportion over there, they have nowhere to hide. And Taino and Z just happened to catch that guy passing by, and I guess they took the opportunity to take him out or neutralize him, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. But that's another question. What will happen if all of those dumps, aka deep underground military bases, for new listeners, with that, we are not trying to say that they are stupid, of course. What will happen? And no, I am not joking. What will happen if most of those dumps will be screwed because of bombarding in the first place? And in the second place, if natural environment of those astral beings, that means wild nature, will be damaged, because they will be in rage. You know what I mean? And I don't know, they want to cooperate anymore. And I think that this old Matrix will turn to pure mayhem. It will be not chaos, it will be mayhem. What do you think, guys? Huh? What are your ideas about it?
Yeah, it will definitely be mayhem. But can I just add a little bit to this mission? Because I saw I saw Taino and Anthony parachuting. I saw that they had something, and it was like they're parachuting into a jungle. And I saw John, and also Corporal X was there, the three of them, and then John was back up, and someone hit him with some kind of weapon. It was like a flat, like a frisbee-looking thing, but it was thicker, almost like a tiny spaceship. And it came up from the side, hit him on like right here. And I was like talking to him, or I had seen it, or I don't know, but it knocked him out, or it got him disoriented. But I don't know even know what it was, like a weapon. It was weird. It was like a weapon, and it hit him. And I don't know if it did something to affect his memory, or because I saw him then fall to the ground, and he was just sitting there. He wasn't like fatally injured, but yeah, it was something like that. Whoever's
can
next.
can I add something? If you say frisbee, it wasn't a frisbee. Do you know what it was?
Was it a boomerang?
Nope, Jessica, far worse. It is laser light. It is a laser light, laser beam, and it looks those particles. It is good. They are groups of particles. They moved like in circle. Do you know what I mean? And it looked like a frisbee, but I mean, they are moving respectively. They were moving so fast that they look like a frisbee, and I am kind of surprised that Marine Joe, like, you just survived with no bad problems. I mean, not
he was just like, he just sort of shook it off, but he sat there and it was like, trying to remember, where am I and what am I doing or whatever, and then he got up like he wasn't injured at all. Other than, I think they mind wiped him a bit. Anthony.
Yeah, I did. Like for me right now, things are like really fast. Like things are speeding up. Like time is speeding up for me. Like everything is like going really, like, seems like it's moving really fast. Like I don't know if it's like that, like as we're getting close to this like singularity or whatever, like time's going faster. But I'm definitely feeling time going way faster.
Yeah, well, I think we go into another kind of energy when we go into those places, and I know when I wake up, I just feel like, I have to. Sometimes I have a hard time just getting, into the day. It's really weird, and I've never had that problem really. I get up and just do whatever I need to do, and yeah, it's like slow motion in a way when I first wake up, it seems. Or retro motion. I don't know any other way to say it. Retrograde motion. Corporal X, did you want to say something?
Well, I just want to add to what just Anthony said. I feel the same, and also what Peter is talking about, like a different kind of micro context of reality. It seems like, I don't know, people are getting activated and switching back and forth, and also in a complete state of confusion. From my perspective, I see a lot of cognitive distortion. People are believing in some stuff, but they're saying the complete opposite, and they're acting the opposite of what they're saying. It's just like, yeah, to me, it looked like it's very, very wild, and I don't like to say it, but like regular people seems to be extremely confused, and so am I. I need a lot of time for myself and doing a lot of grounding and yeah, having a hard time to focus.
Definitely.
I'm feeling pulled everywhere.
Yes, yeah, almost like you don't really know where the pullings come from. but
Yeah.
it's probably like these different places that we've gone to, and I woke up this morning seeing myself like I was still in that black iron prison, and I could see I had wounds all over my body, like just like bite marks from critters and whatever vermin or whatever was in those that nasty
and
prison.
worms. Oh, okay, of course.
Yeah, I know. I just I woke up and I was like really grossed out, and I'm looking and I had these like big wounds, and I actually have like this thing right here, I think came up. I don't know if I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
see it, right?
they
It's just like
they
out of
love,
nowhere. It's like,
they love to give parasites on me, and they are huge. They are like 2 feet long and all kind of that stuff.
that is a nasty prison. That is really gross. John, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, I mean, I've been really tired too, and whenever they talk about these missions, you know, like the last time there was that weird thing, like whatever happened to me and happened to you, kind of, you know, probably maybe something similar. But you know, it's kind of weird getting hit by that thing because, you know, I mean, sometimes my memory is not so good, you know, and maybe doing that kind of stuff can give me a concussion or something. You know what I mean? Sometimes
For headaches.
Does your face hurt today, or do you have a headache?
No, but I mean, every now and then I'll get headaches, but I usually don't. The doctors always ask me. I don't know why. They're like, not really the doctors. I've had other psychics, you know, a few other ones say, "Do you get headaches?" And I'm like, "No." I don't know why they ask that, but usually I don't. But occasionally I do, and maybe that's after a mission or something. You know, I'm not sure. But I know sometimes I'm really sore and tired. You know, like I've had lately. I've had really broken up sleep. You know, I mean, it's like I'll sleep for 3 or 4 hours and then I'm awake. And then I got to listen to a podcast or whatever. And then I kind of go back into my little sleep mode thing, and just so broken up. And I feel like I don't have any gas in the gas tank kind of thing, you know, so I have to do an energy drink or something before I go to work or something. You know, just kind of, when I get to work, I'm fine, but it's just whatever it is, you know, being here at the house, it seems like I'm tired all the time. My wife thinks there's something wrong with the house, you know, she's superstitious, but you know,
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if they were trying to kill you or they're trying to mind wipe you. What do you think, Peter?
Do you know what? In the first place, and this is it, in the first place, or let's say in the first phase, they know, or that they got like, okay, HVT, high valuable target. Okay, so okay, they need to get what John knows, what everything he knows, and then it will be okay, HVT, fine, and we will not kill him. We will train him more. You know what I mean? It is so crazy how in the world they are deciding which people will be trained, which people will be killed, and all kind of that stuff. Do you know what is? And I will not watch my language. What is pissing me off, literally, that for them, we are not people. We are not mankind or what so forth. We are just puppets. Do you know what I mean? It is so crazy. I hate that.
Yeah, no, it's when you say they want to train, that means that's the corporations, right? The corporations are wanting to deciding who to want to.
Yeah. The corporations are like this, are like that, and I'm like, who in the world gave them right to decide about that stuff? And do you know what I mean? I mean, give me a second. Of course, people are people, but what in the world is going on with children? Why? They are molested children. Why? I hate that.
Maybe they know they can get at us that way, you know, disrupt us or something, maybe, because they know that it's probably very emotional for people who care about children. When this maybe that's something they can use against us. I don't know. Who knows?
But John, even if you don't have children, I don't know if you have or not. I mean, who in the world will do such a crap? Who in the world? I'm pissed off, and I will not watch my language. What in the world? No, it is abomination. Me.
I
call
agree.
them. They act tough, but they use children and ladies as bait and shields and to affect the real men. They're worthless POS. I'll watch my language. I don't have your prestige and authority, Peter. So I'll watch mine. Thank you.
That's crazy.
No.
Do you know what, ladies and all kind of that stuff? I mean, I am way too old for this crap, but I am. Do you know what I mean? Once I will tell you, I hate once women are tortured. I mean, men, you know what? Oh, okay, tortured, but women tortured. Like, what in the world are you, idiots? No, I don't know. It's so bad. It's so bad because, like it or not, without women, there will be no life. Do you know what I mean? Like, no new life. Are they crazy or what so forth?
That's right, Peter.
I think
That's right.
they're trying to get at us that way too, because they know how much it bothers us and people with a soul, who have any kind of emotions or sympathy for anybody. They know that the children are, even in the prisons, a pedophile doesn't last long, and
Oh, that's the pedophiles. They've got hell on earth in the prison. You are right. Yep.
they don't last long. And that's even criminals that kill people, maybe or whatever, and they still don't have any remorse for those kind of people, So, I mean, I just kind of think that that's as low as you can get is messing with children, and pretty much even criminals or anybody else feels that way,
Yeah, you are right. It's some sort of, how can I say it, set of values. Even the people they do very bad things, they've got some sort of basic set of values. Yep, you nailed it, John. Yep.
Yeah, and I think they use that against us too, because they know that really irritates us. You know how, like, when you're, people try to get inside your head or whatever. Well, maybe they use some of that to that too. I think they're just ruthless people. They're just horrible, not people, entities or whatever they are. They're working for the dark side. But I'm just saying that they can also get inside people's heads. I mean, we see that kind of stuff, and that just makes me angry, just to even think about that stuff. It makes me want to just completely tear them apart, just kill them and do some horrible things to them, pull them apart, put them on a stretching machine from the medieval time, I don't know. It's horrible. That's all I got.
No, I know. We all get
that,
it's so unjust. They can't defend themselves. How is that an equal anything? If they can't defend themselves, go head to head with someone your own size or strength, and then talk about how strong you are or whatever. But you don't do that with children. That's just it's so cowardice. It's really, really bad. Peter, I wanted to just share something. We kind of oh, wait a minute. Let's get Tyson in first.
Yeah, in questions to, in response to Peter's or feedback, and John mentioned it. The thing is, I'm going to say a lot of those individuals that abuse children, to a certain gravity, are not humans, although they look like humans. And just like, the school shooting, which is a pattern, we know who it's coming from. the wars, we know it's coming from. There's a pattern to always put, I'm gonna call this, probably low levels of entities that are simply a push here to maintain the abuse. You know what I'm saying? So it's a continuous problem. But with the way things are, and I got to relate this to the 12D. So, the way things are, this is always going to be, unfortunately, a major problem, until there's some parameters from that reality that can be dismantled. You know what I mean? But again, I just want to add you, I was just thinking about this because earlier this year, when Lance Reddick was extracted from this reality, and you, Peter, you mentioned about, the guy Vincent Redmore from Mobius.
Yeah, he is crazy. He's very bad. Yeah, you are right.
So they kept a few Mobius and Monarch assets, but they retrieve a few and I did not know why until now, because to fuel that new pocket reality. And it started a couple years ago with the FIFA things and on and on. And, the school shooting that we've seen this year, and we know, who was behind this, same corporation. So.
Yeah, but we need to get we need to get this from another perspective, okay? Or let's say point of view. Those, as you said, and it was very good point, Tyson, those entities, they are here only till certain point, and it's like, okay, which kind of point is Peter talking about? Till the point once they are feeling comfortable, and after the certain limit, after they cross certain limit, it is pretty much like you are running, and then oh my god, there is a cliff, and you are just you just slow down and try to imagine something like that, and you simply vanished. And this is exactly the same stuff. Exactly the same stuff. And then they were shifted to another, also called safe zone. You know what I mean? Reality, I don't want to say reality. Context of existence where and it is safe for them. I hate that. I mean, what in the world? Those people should be dealt with. Not people, as you said, Tyson, entities. It is bad. It should not be like that. You know what I mean? But technically, Jessica, you are here, with this, this is your field of expertise. Can be those type of entities even, let's say, justified or something like that?
They're very, very old, some of them. Some of them, they're an expression of themselves, almost like when we have sleeves. So it's like you go to reach for them and it's nothing. It's like a vapor, right? But they're like further out. It's not the same exact process. It's probably the inspiration of the sleeves, kind of what to try to replicate a little bit of what they're doing, where you can do a mission but you will not really feel the pain essentially because you're using another vehicle or body. You know, I'll call it the vehicle or sleeve.
No, I understand you completely. Okay.
Some of them are like that. Some of them, I've had it out with them, and I can go in and I have been able to extract some of them. I usually work with someone like Shiva, who's been around for a very long time, and work with him because he's looking for some of them sometimes. But it's you have to have, I have permission from him to do that, and I don't just do it with anything. I get permission. And
my question, sorry for interrupting you, but be honest with me, okay? And very honest. What do you think about Shiva? Because he's kind of weird entity, let's say.
No, he's actually a very, very loving entity, a loving being, I'll say. And to the people of India, some of them, not all of them, have a belief system with him, but he's the master of the universe. So he has gone in and out of our universe from way back in the beginnings of time. And so he's very, very old. And I respect the way he does things. Now, Ravenna is a demon, and that's the one that you met. So that's different. It's a completely different type of entity. So he's
Ravenna. Oh my God! Don't even try to tell me Ravenna, because it is. Oh my God!
He's a tough one. He comes in and out of our reality. He does things and then he leaves, and I catch him a lot of times. He doesn't like it. But these, like I said, it's tricky. You have to understand, and I do remember a lot of them from different lifetimes in interacting with them. Similar to the jinn, I recognize the jinn and their crazy behavior, but they don't bother me. I don't, I understand why they're here and what they're doing, and everything has their own little place. And then with all the quantum stuff that we're doing, Peter, we're pulling things out of their location and then bringing them here, and they don't. It's almost like you take an animal, you take like a tiger and put him in the woods in Massachusetts. I mean, they're going to be a tiger, but they just
it will be bad. No,
yeah, it would be very bad. Yeah. So they would see a child and they would go after a child as prey or a food source.
Yeah, because for him it will be pretty much child, and that will be it. Period.
Yeah, so it's things like that are happening too, and then we have these. Say, for example, you have someone that was very, very evil in their lifetime, and then they don't incarnate; they stay earthbound, and then they get access to, they continue doing evil things and maybe even take over someone's body and then have them do evil things like these serial killers and things like that. Because I don't think serial killers are just regular people. I think they're...
Give me a second. Can I interrupt you? Can I interrupt you? So this is it what I want to ask. From my point of view, serial killers, okay? Because if somebody kills in an affect, do you know what I mean? Like being very mad and all kind of that stuff. But from my point, this is another case. But from my point of view, serial killers are not people as people. Am I right?
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
And just think of it like, Peter, we as humans have to eat plants or meat or something like that, so whatever to survive, right? So other beings need something else. Like, for example, I interacted with a chupacabra one time, and he was like, his face was like right here by my face, and he had blood all over his mouth. And I said, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "I'm hungry." And I said, "Well,
whoa, give me a second." Literally, I am hungry?
He said he was hungry, and I said, "Well, I mean, first of all, I'm off the menu." You know what I mean? I just had to draw the line.
Oh my God! And give me a second. And from your point of view, what was his or its how can I say it, energetic profile, if we want to call it that
He
way?
was trying, he wanted to explain to me why he was here. He said that somehow they ended up here. They didn't try to come here. And this is the only thing that would replicate their food source from where they're from. So that's why they'll like suck the blood out of an animal or whatever, because that's what they live off of. So he's saying we're not just doing this just to be evil, but this is our source of food. So like that's what, some of them, they try to explain why they're here. Some of them are just straight out nasty. And in that occasion, I might even interact and get into a very quick battle with them. And then I do have backup, when I am in that situation. But sometimes you get hurt, just how it is. Because then they can just disappear, like you go after them like Anthony did. You start chasing them and you get really with the enhancements and everything. I've seen Kruger runners or beings that run really, really fast. And I was actually in Europe one time, and I was in a park, and I just like that, just like really went, and I tried to slow it down so I could see who it was. And then a few days later, I was really like almost deathly sick. So, I mean, that's how quick they can do things. And so that's pretty amazing that the soldiers are running fast enough to keep up with that, because it's really fast. It's like almost like the speed of light. So it's pretty wild. Anthony, you want to say something?
Yeah, just one more thing. Two more things. Like just what I'm going through right now is like I've been practicing my meditation, my ascension practices, and I feel like I'm out of 3D right now. Like I'm still here, but my consciousness is operating like at a fourth and fifth dimensional level. I'm out of 3D right now. And another thing too was I just wanted to bring up the game Assassin's Creed, because that is an important topic to bring up, because when I started waking up, I was getting soul recollections of my connection with this game. And if anyone, knows about the game, it's literally about a secret organization that is fighting against the elite and all the bad guys. And literally they're agreeing on assassinating people as a means to be able to bring justice, which I believe in. You know what I'm saying? So I have a very close connection with this game Assassin's Creed. It's what I'm experiencing in my life, because I'm one of them. So I'm going around wiping out all these elite, and I know what's happening. I know they're getting wiped out right now. And that game Assassin's Creed is showing what's going on.
I can concur to that, Anthony, and I've played the game a while back, and I think I'm gonna have a pretty fun weekend wiping out some bad guys playing again, and all those disturbance. That's because we are disturbing them. We are hitting them hard, and John's arrival amongst the team is a very good testimony of that, right? And all those crazy missions that are going on, and same as Anthony, I'm off the 3D bullshit, and it's hard to deal with those that are still stuck in 3D and maintaining that sort of fake loving and compassionate attitude, keeping those bad entities alive, and being all flustered and frustrated because we talk about taking out some very, very evil and dangerous people and dangerous criminals. So that mindset in humanity will have to be stopped somehow. So everybody's intentions are clear about having that beautiful love vibration and not tolerate anything else that's going to come and disturb it, especially evil ways, for the sake of being nice. That needs to stop.
I had a very unusual conversation this morning. A little girl showed up in my space, and she was asking me for help. She told me that they were underneath by a railroad underneath Cincinnati, Ohio, and she said that they were these. I was talking to her and I asked her what she was doing, and she was influencing. Somehow had connected with like the rodents, you know, that are kind of scurrying around in the railroad. And as I was talking to her, I saw what had happened. She was heavily traumatized. In my lab, she was I saw her laying on a cot, and they had some kind of wires in her body. And she told me it was very painful. So she left. And she like was able to, her soul was able to get into these animals. I don't know if they were borderline dead or what was going on. And I saw this room like it was a my lab where it was all happening. I'm not sure where that was, but she kept on insisting that she was in Cincinnati, Ohio, by the railroad somewhere. And I haven't researched it yet, but I thought I'd bring it up because I was trying to help her. And she was probably about 4 or 5 years old. I asked her, she can only count to 10. I try to figure out how many kids were there with her. And then she said a lot. And then I used like the idea of an egg carton. And I said, there's, you know, is it, how many egg cartons of people could you count? And she said about 10 of them. Oh, that's how many kids were there. So I was talking to a very young child, and so somehow my frequency, I was able to communicate with her. She says they also go into birds too as well, and that I think there was a labyrinth that she talked about. I wasn't sure if it was a labyrinth group or just a labyrinth somewhere. Peter, does any of this sound familiar?
Yeah. It is labyrinth in Yamantau Mountains. You know, in Far East Russia. You know that? Do you remember or not?
Yeah, I do. But she mentioned Ohio. That's in the United States.
I am not saying it is
or they
not.
Moved. No, they may be there in different places. You know.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. They can be, how can I say, not only bilocated, multiplicated, or let's say multi-located, if you want to call it that way. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah, because they're so young and they have so much energy, like they're very powerful at that age. And then they were severely traumatized in whatever they were doing, manipulating their bodies, but literally like putting wires in them. I'm not thinking that they were just trying to shock them, but trying to do something else with them. I don't know. Does that sound like anything you've seen?
You know, for me, it is not that kind of weird, because I mean, give me a second. Of course it is horrible. Period. Yes. No questions asked. But they are doing it pretty normal. Let's say on regular base. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think that they're doing with the wires? What does that do?
Direct lines. They don't need to have blood as pretty much lines. Do you know what I am trying to say?
Veins? You mean the veins? They don't need to go into the veins?
Yeah, they don't need to have, give me a second, veins, but in veins, it is blood, and blood has certain limits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ones you don't need to use blood in veins, it is much better for them. Much, how can I say it? I mean, I don't want to sound that bad, but it is pretty much some sort of, let's call it parallel internet connection, for example, right? Something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
No,
we are electric.
I mean, do you know
Yeah.
what? Even to think about it this way, it is abomination. Jeez, I don't know what is going on with those people. If you know, they are not people. Do you know what I mean? They are not.
What corporation you think this is?
You know, we know. Monarch, we know it.
Yeah, sounds like Monarch. It's horrible. She was asking for help. I was trying to help her. Tyson.
Oh, Jessica, if this is an assignment that you have to do, I can assist. You know, by extracting in full. But Peter and Jessica, because I was seeing also the signature of Murkoff. Because when you mentioned labyrinth, for me, Murkoff, yeah, yeah, in my mind, it rang Murkoff. Peter, any joint association between Murkoff and Monarch around, because it's south of the Great Lakes, right?
Yeah, you are right, but technically they've got the same project. Murkov and Monarch, they've got the same object. Project. I'm crazy. You know, it's so crazy because
So
they want. They pretty much cut the whole stuff out. Do you know what I mean? I mean the whole reality to plenty realities. It's so crazy, jeez. It doesn't make any sense for me. Jeez.
I'm going to share the screen. You wait till you see this. I haven't looked yet, but that's Cincinnati, and they were calling it the train to nowhere. The Verge.
What do you mean?
National.
Train to nowhere?
That's what they called it. Probably, maybe it's not.
Train to nowhere?
Yeah, maybe it's not operation.
Yeah, CCS, train to nowhere. I know this. I know this like CCS, train to nowhere system, train cover system. Yeah, I know that. And what is going on? I mean, give me a second. You never know about that?
No,
Because
look at that picture. Yeah, that's like the Scream, that artwork, the Scream. And there's the cross there. It goes underground, it looks like, even further.
yeah, I know, but my question is if you don't know that. No?
No,
Never?
I've never seen, I don't remember seeing this.
Interesting.
Oh, it's part of the Underground Railroad.
Yep, it is.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, because they have that out here too, where I live.
Yep.
I almost bought a house on top of the railroad. I wanted to buy the house, and then we got interfered with. We couldn't buy it. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, isn't this crazy?
I thought that she said something about the Underground Railroad, but I wasn't sure. She kept on saying it was underground, but here again, like I said, it was hard because she was very young.
Yeah,
Never
it's kind of crazy.
In 100 years this month.
Yeah.
Wow. So for those of you that don't know, I mean, I think most people know, but the Underground Railroad is where the slaves escaped from slavery during the Civil War. See these
Yeah,
tunnels?
that's true.
kinda
That's
like-
true. That's
So
true.
that they're bringing children in these places?
Yep, that's true.
So they were like freedom, and now they're, reverting back to enslavement.
Yeah, pretty much. It's, times changed, if you want to call it that way.
Wow.
What?
No, I'm just like, I didn't know. I didn't know this even existed.
No, never.
Well, not in this region. Like I knew in general about the Underground Railroad. They have them throughout New England, because they came up from the south directly straight up. So, throughout that area, and they were able to be safe when they got to Massachusetts and in other parts of New England and then New York and so forth. That's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
We had, it looks like Taino Tyson and Corporal X had to leave.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah. John, did you want to share?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how many of these are, like I follow that gene decode and whatnot, and he said that they got a lot of those dumbs already cleared out. Is that accurate or?
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Yeah, I was just curious how many more they have. I know they've been doing it all over the world.
Still a lot more. It's right, Peter. There's still a
Yeah,
lot more.
so many of them.
It's got a lot more to go. Then sounds like.
Yeah, it is like we cleaned one, and then I don't know how many of them still God exist. It's so crazy. God. It's so crazy.
It's an ongoing battle, I guess. It's gonna be like that.
Yeah. You are right.
Go until it's finished, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get them. It's gonna take longer than everybody thinks.
I think this was the first time that one of them reached out to me and I was able to talk to them. First ever that I can remember.
This is so crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So Peter, now what's our situation regarding what their plans are? Does the ACIO know or have any idea, since they've re-altered the matrix? And
well, yeah, we've got a plan, but it is still part of the mission, so we need to be, do you know what I mean? We need to be, how can I say it? We need to be patient. We need to be patient. We need to be patient because we don't want to screw the stuff,
Yeah.
It's called OPSEC, operational security, military term.
Yep, OPSEC. As you said, missions shouldn't be jeopardized. And do you know actually which kind of OPSEC we've got, my friend? We've got level 12, what is bad? I mean, we've got level 16 and it was dropped to 12. What is, I don't know, I don't like that.
So I think the first part is what assessing kind of where they're at, right? To be able to, and then from there they were going to target us, right? From whatever.
You are very right.
So then you have how many different segments that they created, how many different pocket realities, and
That's very true, Jessica. Very, very true.
Then the capacity of how many people, if we have enough people to cover all those locations.
That's
You know that
another
more than I do.
problem. That's another problem for us. Jesus Christ.
Are they still threatening with the ICBMs?
No, not at the time, at least.
What do you think that what was the threat more recently? Or did they
Most
not say?
recently is pretty much the whole stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
The ultimate?
yep.
The ultimate war. Recently, Joe Biden was caught on video saying that the Marines have the equipment to blow up the world. He literally said it.
What?
Like, yeah. I can find the video where they just kind of like, he was just talking and laughing and sort of like, yeah, you know, if the Marines, you know, the Marines right now have the capacity to blow up the world. And he just kind of said it in passing. But you know, he's such an empty vessel that God only knows who was using him at that moment. Because I don't think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was true.
Do you know what? Yeah, you are right.
And maybe it's them, you know, using him as a mouthpiece.
Yeah, that's true. It can be pretty possible. Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah. That's very true. Okay, guys, so I think that's kind of good for me today. What do you think, huh?
Yeah. Thank you, Peter. I know that, you know, this was an emergency. We want to make sure to get the information out to everyone. And also, I'm glad that the group joined us.
Yeah, it was very important for me. Very
get
important.
us all on board and to get it out to the listeners, because I know there's others out there that are helping us. And even if they're just with intention, you know, trying to help us get through it.
Very, very good stuff for us. I really appreciate that, and I know it is not, we can call it is not something what is automatic. Am I right?
Yeah. Yep. Just we have to take another turn in the mission. That's all.
Yep. As you said, it is so crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been taking up another level, so I am taking it up to the next level on the mission. There's no like consciously, like I've been brought up a level, so that's what's happening with me. So I can assure that you know, on my end, I'm definitely working on another level to keep, you know, protect things, to you know, have the optimal trajectory happen for this timeline, you know, that we're in.
You keep an eye on that Ruvik.
Yeah, he's absolutely crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is so crazy. Jeez. Okay,
yeah,
guys.
We'll see what happens tonight.
Oh yeah. That's great. That's true. That's true.
John, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, you just got to keep that wall rider training on the good side, right? Never give up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just comes to mind, you know. You know, all of us together, we can probably, you know, achieve a lot of goals. You know, we're all strong. You know, we're built for this, right?
That's true.
That's all
Okay,
I
so
got.
let's go around. People want to say goodbye. John, why don't you say goodbye?
Yeah, it's a good meeting, and like I say, in the morning time, if I'm home or whatever, I can always jump in there or whatever, get on there, and it's actually pretty positive. I feel pretty good when we get off these meetings. I think it's pretty positive. Kind of brings up the morale, probably. I know it does me. I enjoy it. Hopefully it helps Peter out. That way he doesn't have
Yeah, that's
load on his
much
shoulders.
better for me. Much better.
That way you don't have all that on your shoulders. You got your team, you got your, army buddies, the whatever you want to call it, teammates. We're all working together, so we can all share the burden because we're all working together, right?
Yeah.
That's all I got. And nice talking with everybody. It's been a good experience.
Yeah, John, it's good. It's good to have you on the team, man, and that you're helping out, and just with the understanding, the situation. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to understand what's going on when you can't remember shit, because they're wiping our memories and stuff. But at least it is happening.
You guys are helping me with that, though. You're telling me, I was on the mission this last one and what I did, and I got hit in the head and stuff. So, that kind of helps too, at least it might help trigger some memories maybe, or, at least I know I'm there, I have an open mind. I don't ever think that I'm being told untruth or anything like that. I don't believe any of that. I just go with my gut feeling, and everything ever since the beginning of this thing felt right. I never thought I was being deceived or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
The more
I'm so
people
happy.
like you're truly someone that has taken the red pill. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need. That's what we need for the consciousness to rise up in the world. So just each person that's doing that, we're doing the earth a service. So that's good. And as far as me, I'm just getting stronger, faster, more determined every day to rise the consciousness of this world and bring us into the optimal trajectory. That's all I'm focused on. So that's where I'm at.
Into the meditation you were talking about, probably need to maybe start working on that, try to work that into my schedule.
Yeah, that's so great. That's great.
Important. That's important. Tyson, did you want to say anything? Say goodbye?
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate the moment that we shared and that, meeting that we just had and sharing information. And no, just thanks Peter and thanks to the team.
Thank you very much, Jessica, for having me in the show, and I'm looking forward for next time. Hold tight and bye-bye.
Okay, and goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Please hold the space for us, and we'll continue to be strong and stay safe, secure, and protected always. Love everyone. Take care. Have a good day.
You have been watching Disclosures. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Visit www.acio-official.org and www.readingsbyarael.com to book a private session with Jessica. Feel free to support our work. All links can be found in the description. Thank you, and until next time.